Hello, and welcome back to TL Treasures. We've got another penny box to hunt. We'll be looking for wheats, possible Indian heads, varieties, and any other oddities that we may come across. Now, I've already gone ahead, opened the box, just to double check and make sure that everything we have is circulated, which it looks pretty good. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get unrolling. Roll number one, and we've already got our first find. It's a 1946 Philadelphia. We'll put that aside. Be back with more. Alright guys, roll number two has given us a 2009 D Lincoln Centennial. Seems to be in really good condition. Definitely set that one aside. Alright guys, roll number three has given us a really bright and shiny wheat. Love it when I can find them in this condition. Always get excited about it. Of course, this one's newer. It's a 1956 Denver. Definitely going to set that one aside, add it to my collection, and I'll be back. Alright guys, back on roll number four. Now it's not a wheat or variety or anything, but I always set these aside when I find them in this good a condition. It's 1960 D. Alright, so roll number five is going to give us another wheat. We've got a 1945 Philadelphia. Alright, back on roll number seven. We've got ourselves another wheat. 1944 Philadelphia. As well as a 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 10, we get a Canadian Centennial coin. 1867 to 1967. It's got a little bit of corrosion. Still a nice coin to add to the collection. Put that one aside and keep hunting. Alright, roll number 11 is going to give us another wheat. Got a 1946 Philadelphia. Roll number 12 is going to give us two wheat finds. Got a 1944 Philadelphia. And we also found 1953 San Francisco. Roll number 13, 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 14, we got a 1978 Canadian. Roll number 15 is going to give us our oldest find of the box. We've got a 1927 Philadelphia. Not really all that special, pretty common. There was over 144 million of these minted. But we're going to keep it, set it aside, keep going. Alright, back on roll number 16. And I'm pretty happy to find this one because I'm pretty sure I need it from my book. 1941 San Francisco. Roll number 17. Check this out, guys. I was looking for the 1972 DDO. Did not come across that, but while searching, I came across the word Liberty and noticed the bottom part of the L in Liberty is missing. I thought that was pretty neat. I haven't seen one like that quite yet. I'm definitely going to get that aside and check it out. We'll be back. Roll number 18 has given us a few more wheats. We've got a 1953 Denver, as well as a 1958 Philadelphia. Roll number 22, and we've got another foreign, this one out of Bermuda. It's got 2003 Piggy Penny. Alright, roll number 23 is going to give us two more wheat finds. We've got a 1945 Philadelphia, as well as a 1956 Denver. Now, these coins are nothing to write home about. Both of them were minted over 1 billion. So, we'll keep hunting. Hopefully we'll find something older. Roll 24 is going to give us another wheat. 1944 Philadelphia. Back with roll number 26. We've got another wheat. 1950 Philadelphia. As well as finding another Lincoln Bicentennial, which looks to be in excellent shape. except for some spotting on the front, but we'll set that aside. Keep looking. Roll number 27. We're back with the 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 28, and we're back with an ender. Looks like we got a 1988. Nah, just kidding you. It's over here. Don't know what it is yet. I'm going to crack this open, lay it out, see if it's got any friends with it. Alright, we're laid out. We got our ender right here. Take a peek, see what we got. It's like a 1957 Denver. Go through this right quick. Maybe we'll find another one. Looks like we got a 1956. Oh, we got a third one. 1958 Denver. Can we get a fourth? And no such luck. But 3 in 1 roll, can't get mad at that. We'll be back with some more. Roll number 29 is going to give us another wheat. The 1958 Philadelphia. Roll number 30. We've got a 1948 Philadelphia. Roll number 31 is going to give us another wheat. And it looks pretty toasty. Let's flip it over and see what we got. Looks to be a 1936. Can't really tell a mint mark. It's pretty toasted. Let's throw it into the microscope and see if we can get something off it. Well, it is a 1936 Philadelphia. Roll number 32 is going to give us another wheat find. Looks like we got another one from the 20s. We've got a 1929 Philadelphia. Roll number 35 is going to give us another foreign. We've got a 1965 Canadian. Alright, roll number 36 is going to give us 2 more wheats, back-to-back 45 Philadelphias. Alright, roll number 37 is going to give us another Canadian. 1978. Alright, so after finding that Canadian in roll number 37, we're here with roll 38. We've actually got a Canadian ender. 1974. I wonder if there's any more inside, or if there's some wheats in there. I'm going to hand off the camera, and we'll find out. Alright, so there's our Canadian ender. And looks like we've got a wheat inside. 1953 Denver. That one's toasty, but it's nothing anyways. And it looks like that's going to be it for that roll. Roll number 41 is giving us another wheat. 1953 Philadelphia. Roll number 42 gives us another wheat. 1952 Philadelphia. Roll number 44 is going to give us a King George penny. 1946. Alright, with roll number 47, we got ourselves something I don't usually see, a double ender. And it's not just wheats. We got a Canadian on this end, 1944. And an unknown wheat on this end. Alright, so our wheat ender looks like it's going to be a 1946 Philadelphia. And our Canadian ender, King George, we already knew that was the 1944. So let's blow through this right quick, see if we can find any more inside. Well, unfortunately, those were the only two, but that was still pretty neat to see. Alright guys, that's the end of our box. Let's do a quick little recap of what we ended up with. We ended up with 2 wheat cents from the 1920s, only 1 from the 1930s. We ended up with 15 from the 1940s, and 13 from the 1950s, including that beautiful wheat cent we found at the beginning. As far as foreigns go, we ended up with 8 of them, including 2 King George and 1 Bermuda. In our hunt, we also came across the 1972, where the L is partially missing in Liberty. We also came across 2 Lincoln Bicentennials, 2 1960s and 2 1970s that will definitely make upgrades to our book. We also came across this stack that we're going to have to go through to see if we have any other possible upgrades. One other thing that I came across that I'm not 100% sure about was this 1984 Lincoln cent. Now I'm not 100% sure if this ear is doubled or not. It possibly could be. I haven't seen one quite like it. Could possibly be machine doubling. I'm not sure. I can't find a picture that looks exactly like this online, so if you could give me your opinion, it would be gratefully appreciated. Please leave a note in the comments. Other than that, we're going to get started, see if we have any upgrades and what we got for fillers, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back with our book. We got a few fillers and a few upgrades we can do. Start off right over here. We got our 1977. It's a slight upgrade, not too much, but better than what we have. And then coming over here, we ended up with a filler for the 1941S. We ended up with an upgrade to the 1960D, the 1961, and the 1962. We also ended up with a filler for 1952. A few more upgrades over here, the 1967 and 1968, as well as the upgrade on 1974. Still got a long ways to go, especially on those early ones. Need those teens and 20s and 30s. Like I said, we will get there. We'll be back next time. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you soon.